Alright, what's going on, you guys? Rodder MMA Bet speaking, bringing the best, most consistent and transparent betting strategy for you. In this video I'll be covering UFC Fight Night 178, UFC On ESPN Plus 33 or UFC Vegas 11. In respect to your time, I'm adding in the description the direct timing to the video, so you can just go to the description, click the time you're gonna be skipping to the breakdown of the fights, okay? If you don't know who I am and you are interested on how to use to your best interest this spreadsheet and how I'm doing these things, there is an introductory video to the channel. But basically, for those that already know my channel, this is how I'm betting the card. And for those who don't know my channel, let me just real quick show here what do I mean by most transparent and consistent betting strategy. In around how many events were? 14 events. The overall profit has been 232%, from overall betting money. So that means that the money that you separate for betting from the start of the channel, which was July, 43%. So you would have, if you're betting $1,000 as total, you would be having today $430 more. Okay. In terms of how I'm doing on a monthly basis, this is how. July July didn't do good. August was very good. Now September I'm still in debt, and this is the separate by confidence level of the bets. Okay, like I said, please visit the introductory video. Now please like this video, subscribe if you like this idea, and bear with me. Now I'm gonna break down the main card for UFC Vegas 11. So it's an awesome card, guys, and we'll start off from the bottom up. This actually is in the prelims. So by the way, just quick comment, I'll be doing 3 videos because there are so many fights to cover and not to jam up everything. Okay, so let me start now with Holland versus Darren Stewart. Right away, an awesome fight, guys. This is I think it's gonna be way closer than many people think. I'll give you my reasons here. I do think Holland is a favorite because the guy is super tall, super long, probably has 80 inches in range. He's technical, he can use the range pretty well, but he's not perfect, obviously nobody is, but he does a pretty good job with the range, especially because he's evolving well lately. Times his opponent coming in with hooks, with straights, he uses very well those kicks, push kicks, deep knee stomps, but he's fighting no slouch here. So like I said, he's fighting a guy here that is no slouch, that is Darren Stewart. Now, having granted that Stewart didn't perform so well his last 2 fights, that's the reason why I think those lines are quite steep on Holland, and people are not too much believing in Stewart. But I do think the guy has so much potential. He's so strong as a middleweight, super athletic guy. He's very powerful. He's got great technique on the feet, uses the leg kicks pretty well, has good power on the overhand, right, left hand. He's a tank, and he's aggressive. But he has to bring his A game here to win. And I do think he may, because first off, he's back to the UFC, and he's fighting a guy in Holland that has the swagger, has the hype, so he may be an extra motivation for him. And like I said, if he comes sharp, he can be a challenge to anyone, and I do think he's a live dog here, okay? I do see Stewart with great takedown defense. I do see him stopping Holland's takedowns and make it a fight, But this could, in my opinion, go close to either way. Like I said, I'm slightly favoring Holland, but I'm definitely betting Stewart at plus 200. Or if you can get Stewart to a decision, it's even better at plus 400. If you can get this line, it's a very good line. Okay. Mackenzie Dern versus Randa Markos. This is another awesome fight, guys. Both girls, great fighters. I'm excited for this fight. Both gonna be testing each other. Dern, she didn't look quite good in some fights, but I do think she fixed her striking. She used it to be a pretty, basic striker, but a very, very good basic striker. That is jab, overhand, right, left hand. But that overhand right comes so quickly and so powerful that she used it to catch girls. But she kind of went too happy with that until she lost to Amanda Ribas, and then she seemed to have fixed that in her last fight. Now she's also used her style a little bit better. She was using the clinch better, trying to pull to the ground, and I do think she's gonna try to repeat here against Markos. Markos, great fighter, great, well-rounded, likes a dog fight, super tough girl, has fought everyone, And I do think she has a great chance to win this fight, but I still think Dern has more chances, and I do think Dern is coming a little bit hungrier. That's why I'm picking Dern, even she being a juice. And yeah, I think I think I covered what I wanted to say, and that's why actually I'm also betting Dern. And if you can get Dern to a decision, even better, because I do think that Markos is tough enough to stop all those submissions. But if you think Markos has an actual chance here, I do also think go for a decision for Markos also at plus 400 is actually not a bad protective bet to bet against the underdog in a prop bet. So I do think Markos at plus 400 is also a good bet. Okay, moving on to Johnny Walker versus Ryan Spann. Cool fight, you know, should be a fun one. Actually, you know, real quick here, what I think, how do I see this playing out, guys? I think ultimately here Walker's athleticism and his will to win the fight is gonna overcome Spann. Spann, he's quite a tall guy, but not, he's quite big, light heavyweight, but he lacks a little bit speed, power, you know. I also have don't like much his cardio. He kind of doesn't push, actually doesn't push much the pace, but feels tired throughout the fights. Walker, he has this problem as well, but because he's too flashy, he tries to jump too much, tries to, you know, do this kind of crazy stuff. He's very effective with that, don't get me wrong, but still, it's a style that hampers a lot on the cardio. But I do think he's gonna fix that. He has been fixing that a little bit, and I think he's gonna be more ready to this fight. He also moved his camp to TriStar, so I do think he's coming out, you know, more hungrier here. He has more potential, has more power, you know. So I think he's gonna be a decent favorite this fight. That's why I'm picking and betting him. Just a second, I'm gonna fix. Okay, sorry about this again. I was just fixing the betting here. So the bet's on Walker. I'm picking him by TKO, but I'm betting him at a straight bet. It's not a bad bet. At minus 130, I'm also will be looking forward in a TKO bet at plus 300 and Spann. If you like Spann here, go for a decision. In my opinion, at plus 400, it's not a bad bet. Okay. Khamzat Chimaev versus Gerald Meerschaert. So this is the hype, right? Chimaev, fast, great sambo wrestling, you know, solid guy, you know, solid style, super tough, you know. But what I see about this Chimaev, the striking still improving, at least from 2 years ago. That was the latest fight that I could see him striking. And yeah, he's not bad, you know, don't get me wrong. He's, for MMA especially, pretty decent, you know, but he does make his mistakes on the feet. He doesn't have that much power on the feet, striking, you know, and he kind of leans forward, the head is there to be hit. But I don't see a problem in this fight. Meerschaert, you know, he's a veteran, solid guy, you know, but he doesn't have the X factor, he doesn't have the, you know, anything outstanding, to be honest, you know. He's a good fighter, very technical, super calm, you know, he's a test to anyone. Good ground game, you know, uses very nicely his range. He's the bigger guy here, but I don't think he has much of a chance here, to be honest, you know. If Chimaev wants to stand, I do think he has more potential also because he's faster, you know, and he has more power. And if he wants to take to the ground, Meerschaert can try to grapple with him, but Chimaev is so effective with the sambo, he can put him to the cage and just ground and pound him, you know. Meerschaert doesn't have that fast submission attempts, he's not that active, you know. So, my opinion, Meerschaert is not gonna be the guy to stop Chimaev. Now, that being said, Meerschaert is very tough. I don't think Chimaev can finish him. If you can get Chimaev to a decision, plus 300, it would be an awesome bet. And if you like Meerschaert, I wouldn't go too much on the Meerschaert bandwagon this one, but Meerschaert by submission maybe has a chance, you know, if Chimaev shoots a wrong double leg or Meerschaert does a good job of getting guillotine, a triangle, whatever. Obviously he has a chance, but I don't see much. Okay, so Chimaev, in my opinion, I don't suggest you to parlay Chimaev unless you really know what you're doing. You know, if you're just going with the hype, be honest with yourself, but don't go for a parlay here because it's too much a steep line to parlay. You know, like I said, Meerschaert, bigger guy, you know, I don't see much of chance of him winning, but you never know at the end of the day, okay? So if Chimaev like jumps for minus 300 or something for some reason, then I would say go for it, but at minus 500 it's just too much in my opinion. Now the main event, no, the co-main event before, Donald Cerrone versus Niko Price. awesome fight again. I've been saying awesome fight because this card is very good indeed, you know. Okay, so real quick, if you want to pause the video to read what I wrote here, feel free. But Cerrone is a veteran, very well-rounded guy, you know. What can I comment? I also know, like, great timing on his... he times very well his opponent coming in with the head kick, you know, with the jab. He kind of likes to cut angles, throw some bursts in strikes, you know. That experience is just massive. It's just ridiculous, the experience of this guy. Now, it's a bad matchup for either guy, you know, and because of Price, he's the opposite, you know, the guy and Cerrone likes a pretty fight, it's important to say, and a technical fight. Now, Price, he's the opposite, you know, doesn't have that much experience, but likes a brawl, you know, he's ultra tough, super long guy, you know. When he goes for it, he's a real threat, has power, you know, super leveraged on those long limbs. Well-rounded also, can shoot double legs, can grapple a little bit from top. So, like, to me, it's a pick and fight, you know, pick your way. I've been going back and forth. I had Cerrone, then I had Price, then I had Price, then I had Cerrone. Ultimately, I'm going with Cerrone. Let me fix this. So, like I said, I'm going with Cerrone. Oops. Now we're good. I'm going with Cerrone by TKO. Like I said, it's a pick and fight. Actually, commenting about Price defense, this is his problem. He's very easy, not very easy, but he can be hit. Actually, I put there maybe that is not difficult to hit. Okay, but still, he can be hit, you know, and we've seen him hurt before. He has been in so many wars. So the same thing can be said about Cerrone. You can argue that Cerrone is a smaller guy, Price is the bigger guy, can make it ugly. Cerrone doesn't fight well against pressure, all true. But Cerrone can shoot a double leg, he can also time Price, he can, you know, land a head kick when Price is not pushing forward, you know. Like I said, pick your fight, and I'm pretty happy with how I'm betting here, even if Cerrone loses, because, like I said, to me it's a pick and fight. I think Cerrone experienced a little bit a bigger factor here, and I do see value at plus 130. Now, if you like Price, I would say TKO is not a bad bet on him, but also it's possible that he edges Cerrone to a decision. So ultimately, it's up to you, yeah. But my opinion, go for Cerrone at plus 130. There's some good value there. Main event: Colby Covington versus Tyron Woodley. Cool fight, actually. Let me start with Woodley. The problem of this guy is everybody knows it's his lack of activity and his lack of will to win the fights. He lacks of volume, you know. He's been criticized a lot about his lack of aggression. He doesn't care. He sits back until he waits a time for that right hand. Now, if Woodley ever wants to fight, he can beat anyone. This is still true. You know, you guys have seen the fight against Darren Till. He pushed hard for the first minute. He made Till run for his money until he landed that right hand on the second round. He's also not easy to hit. The guy's super athletic, super powerful, you know, so you can never count Woodley out. This is a factor. This is a fact. Now, Covington, he doesn't care. He is who he is. He's has that, you know, swagger. He's overconfident. He doesn't care if he's fighting Woodley, Usman, or whoever he is. Maybe if he's fighting, I don't know, Francis Ngannou, he would probably do the same as he always does. He's going to shoot, he's going to strike, he's going to make it ugly. He doesn't care, you know, which is good. Just kudos for him, you know, the guy is he's very tough and he's a fighter, you know. Now, how do I see this? The most likely scenario undoubtedly is Covington shooting and making ugly and making Woodley, you know, fight, and Woodley doesn't like much of fighting. But I do think Woodley gonna come prepared. He knows what Covington gonna do, and like I said, you can never count Woodley out. He can certainly land that right hand. Covington is still vulnerable to attacks, and that right hand is money. It goes like a piston, and it has massive power, you know. So I'm picking Covington by decision, but I'm betting Woodley. I would like to get him at plus 300. Now it's plus 260. So if you want to wait a little bit on these lines, wait. I do think you can reach to plus 300. And my suggestion is for you to bet Woodley. You know, like I said, Covington is a small favorite, but Woodley is definitely a live dog. Okay. Also, TKO bet on Woodley, also not bad because Covington has had that broken jaw his last fight. So guys, it's too many factors to bet Colby. do not parlay Colby. This is my suggestion for you. You know, if you don't agree with me on Woodley, just don't bet Colby. My opinion. Okay, that's it.